Ladies and gentlemen, I want you to hear me loud and clear today. Your worth is immeasurable. You were not created to be anyone's afterthought or to live in the shadows of those who fail to see your light. It's time to recognize that when people don't value you, it is not a reflection of who you are, but rather a sign that they are not aligned with your purpose, your greatness, and your potential. You see, too many of us allow ourselves to be stuck in environments, whether they be relationships, friendships, or even workplaces where we are undervalued. We keep giving, we keep sacrificing, we keep hoping that if we just stay a little longer, they'll come to understand our worth. But I want to remind you of something today. If they don't see your worth now, they may never see it. And that's okay. It is not your job to force someone to value you. Your job is to know your worth and to walk away when it's not being honored. You cannot afford to settle for disrespect. It doesn't matter if it comes from a family member, a friend, a partner, or a colleague. When people consistently fail to honor you, fail to appreciate your presence, your contributions, and your value, this is not a reflection of you. It's a reflection of them. And you have a responsibility to yourself, to your destiny, and to your future to refuse to accept any form of disrespect. You must make a choice. Will you stay and continue to be overlooked? Or will you stand up for yourself and say, I deserve better? The choice is yours. Now, I want you to understand this key truth. You are not meant to be a placeholder in someone's life. You are not meant to be someone's convenience or their second option. You are meant to walk with purpose, to be a vessel of greatness, and to be surrounded by people who recognize and honor the greatness within you. If people fail to see that, then you must take action. Know your worth. Walk away from the situations that diminish you and make space for what and who truly values you. And don't forget about the power of boundaries. Boundaries are not just walls, they are protections that guard your peace, your self-esteem, and your mental well-being. When you allow others to cross those boundaries, to disrespect you, or to take advantage of you, you are not protecting yourself. In fact, you are betraying yourself. Establishing boundaries is not just an act of self-care, it is an act of self-respect. Don't let anyone teach you that being respected is optional. Your dignity is non-negotiable, and if someone fails to value that, it is your responsibility to walk away. Walking away, leaving, detaching it is not a sign of failure. It is a demonstration of strength. It takes courage to leave what no longer serves you, to walk away from people, places, and things that refuse to honor your worth. It takes strength to turn your back on what's comfortable but toxic and to step into the unknown where new opportunities, new connections, and new blessings await. Every time you choose to walk away from what doesn't serve you, you are making space for something better. You are declaring that your peace, your value, and your happiness are more important than remaining in an environment that does not uplift you. So I encourage you today, do not be afraid to walk away. Do not be afraid to remove yourself from situations and relationships that drain you, that diminish you, that fail to see you for who you truly are. Your value is far too precious to be left unappreciated. When you walk away from what does not value you, you are making room for the life, the relationships, and the success that is aligned with your worth. Never forget that you deserve to be seen, heard, and respected. And when someone fails to do that, you owe it to yourself to leave. Your future is waiting for you, and it's far too important to be held back by those who cannot see the greatness within you. You have to start with a fundamental truth. You are valuable. I don't care where you've come from or what mistakes you've made, there is greatness within you. The world might try to diminish you, but you were born with an incredible potential that no one can take from you unless you allow them to. Knowing your worth is not just a nice thing to think about, it is the key to everything you will ever achieve in life. When you know your worth, you stand tall in the face of challenges, you carry yourself with confidence, and you refuse to settle for anything less than what you deserve. Knowing your worth means understanding that you are not defined by what others say about you. It means that you don't let the opinions, judgments, or criticisms of others become your truth. People will always have something to say about you. Some will praise you, some will criticize you, and others will simply misunderstand you. But none of that defines you. Your worth is not determined by the way others perceive you, but by the strength, wisdom, and potential that you carry deep within. Too many people walk through life undervaluing themselves, waiting for someone to come along and tell them they matter. But let me tell you something, you don't need anyone else to validate your worth. It comes from within. Your worth is not something that can be measured by your wealth, your appearance, or your social status. It is defined by the character you carry, the love you give, and the impact you make on the lives of others. The value you bring to the table is immeasurable, and the moment you realize that, you stop allowing anyone to treat you as though you are disposable or insignificant. When you know your worth, you stop accepting anything less than respect. You stop tolerating relationships, jobs, and situations that drain you, belittle you, or diminish your value. You recognize that you don't need to beg for validation. You don't need to fight for attention or approval. Your worth speaks for itself. When you understand who you are, you walk into any room with the confidence to say, I belong here. You are not fighting for a seat at the table. You are building your own table and inviting others to join you if they are worthy of your time and energy. Knowing your worth is also about setting boundaries. It's about saying no when you need to, and walking away from situations or people that don't serve you. Too often, people stay in unhealthy situations out of fear, insecurity, or the hope that things will get better. But let me tell you this, nothing will change until you decide to change it. And change starts with you. When you value yourself enough to say, this is not good for me, you set the stage for your own transformation. You create space for new opportunities, new relationships, and new growth. The world will often try to make you believe that you are not enough, that you need to be something or someone else to be worthy. But the truth is, you are already enough. You are more than enough. When you understand your worth, you stop chasing things that don't matter and start attracting the things that do. Success, fulfillment, and peace begin with the belief that you are deserving of them. You don't need to chase approval or acceptance from others, because you already know that you are worthy of everything you desire. You are worthy of love, of success, of happiness, and of peace. And no one can take that away from you unless you allow them to. So today, right now, I want you to commit to recognizing and embracing your worth. Walk through this life with the understanding that you are powerful, capable, and worthy of all the greatness that awaits you. Don't allow anyone or anything to make you feel small or unimportant. You are a force to be reckoned with, and the world needs what you have to offer. Know your worth and let that knowledge guide you in every decision you make, every relationship you cultivate, and every path you walk. When you know your worth, nothing is impossible for you. You will be unstoppable. There comes a time in every person's life when they have to make a choice. Will they settle for the way things are, or will they demand more respect, more value, more acknowledgement of who they truly are? Too many people accept less than they deserve because they're afraid of confrontation, afraid of being alone, afraid of letting go of something familiar. But let me tell you something, you were never meant to settle for disrespect. Disrespect comes in many forms. It could be the way someone dismisses your thoughts, belittles your efforts, or ignores your worth. It could be subtle, or it could be blatant. But in every instance, disrespect is a sign that the other person does not recognize the value you bring to the table. And if you keep accepting that, if you keep tolerating it, you're telling the world that you're not worth the respect you deserve. But you are. You are worth far more than any kind of disregard. When you settle for disrespect, you are choosing to shrink your own value. You are diminishing yourself to fit into someone else's expectations, to fit into a space where you are not truly seen or appreciated. But let me remind you, there is no room in your life for people who cannot see your worth. There is no room in your journey for individuals who are content to treat you as if you are insignificant. You are more than that. You have more to offer, and you are deserving of an environment where your contributions, your presence, and your essence are honored. It's easy to let fear control you. The fear of rejection, the fear of being alone, the fear of stepping away from the familiar. But let me tell you something, fear will keep you stuck. Fear will keep you in a cycle of frustration, disappointment, and unfulfilled potential. You cannot let fear dictate how you allow others to treat you. You must rise above it. You must be courageous enough to say, I will not settle for disrespect. I will not settle for being overlooked or undervalued. I am worth more, and I will surround myself with people who understand that. The respect is not a luxury, it's a necessity. You have the right to be treated with dignity. You have the right to be seen for who you truly are, someone capable of greatness, someone with dreams, someone with immense value. And when others fail to treat you with respect, when they belittle you or ignore your worth, it's not a reflection of you, it's a reflection of them. And you don't need that in your life. It's time to stand up for yourself. It's time to recognize your own worth and stop accepting anything less than the treatment you deserve. That means walking away from relationships, workplaces, and situations that continuously diminish you. It means creating boundaries that protect your peace and your self-worth. It means refusing to let anyone take advantage of your kindness or use you as a doormat. You are not here to be anyone's second choice, anyone's afterthought, or anyone's punching bag. You were created with a purpose, and that purpose deserves to be treated with respect. Don't let anyone convince you that you should tolerate less. Don't let anyone tell you that you should settle for the scraps of their attention or affection. You deserve to be valued, to be seen, to be heard, and if they can't see that, then they don't deserve a place in your life. The people who truly matter will recognize your worth and treat you accordingly. And the ones who don't, well, they'll make their own choices, but that doesn't have to be your burden to bear. So let me say this, stop settling. Stop letting people walk all over you. Stop giving away your energy to those who don't appreciate it. You are worthy of respect, of love, and of everything good this world has to offer. Stand up for yourself, demand the respect you deserve, and watch how the world starts to shift around you. The moment you decide you won't settle for disrespect is the moment you open the door to the life you were meant to live. A life where your worth is seen, your voice is heard, and your spirit is honored. Don't settle. You deserve nothing less. When you truly understand the power of self-worth, you unlock a level of freedom and strength that very few people ever tap into. Self-worth is not something you can borrow from others. It is something that comes from within, a deep conviction that you are valuable, that you have purpose, and that you are deserving of respect, success, and happiness. Too many people search for validation outside themselves, relying on others to tell them that they matter. But the truth is, your worth is not dependent on the opinions of others. It is an intrinsic truth that no one can take away from you. When you understand this, everything in your life shifts. Your self-worth is the foundation upon which your entire life is built. How you see yourself shapes how you interact with the world, how you set boundaries, and how you allow others to treat you. If you don't understand your worth, you will tolerate things that diminish your spirit, that drain your energy, and that hold you back from reaching your full potential. When you don't know your worth, you may find yourself in relationships that undermine you, in jobs that do not fulfill you, or in situations that simply do not serve you. But when you know your worth, everything changes. You stop seeking approval, you stop settling for less, and you start walking in the confidence of knowing that you are deserving of the very best. Understanding your worth means recognizing that you have something to offer this world that no one else can. You are unique with gifts and talents that are unlike anyone else's. There is no one who can bring what you bring, and when you truly understand this, it becomes impossible to allow others to treat you as if you are dispensable. You know that you are not a mistake. You were created with purpose, and every experience you've had, every challenge, every victory, every failure has been part of your journey to realizing your worth. Every scar, every triumph, every lesson learned is a testament to your strength, your resilience, and your potential. When you truly understand the power of self-worth, it changes the way you approach your goals and dreams. You stop doubting your ability to succeed. You stop second-guessing your potential. You begin to take bold steps toward the life you know you are meant to lead, because you know that you are worthy of success, happiness, and fulfillment. You refuse to shrink in the presence of those who are threatened by your greatness, and you stop letting fear dictate your decisions. The power of self-worth is a constant reminder that you are enough just as you are, that you have everything inside you to achieve your dreams, and that no one can take that away from you. When you know your worth, you stop waiting for someone to give you permission to thrive. You stop looking for the validation that you already have within you. You stop dimming your light to make others feel comfortable. You begin to shine brightly, unapologetically, because you know that you are meant to take up space in this world. Understanding your worth empowers you to say no to what doesn't serve you and yes to the opportunities that will take you closer to your goals. It allows you to stand up for yourself, to protect your peace, and to surround yourself with people who see your value and who lift you up. In your life, when you understand the power of self-worth, you will not allow anyone to treat you as less than what you are. You will not tolerate disrespect. You will not stay in toxic environments that drain your energy. You will not accept anything less than what you deserve, because you know that you are worthy of greatness. You will become a magnet for the right opportunities, the right relationships, and the right experiences, all because you understand that your worth is immeasurable, unshakable, and absolute. This is the power of self-worth. It is the foundation of everything you will ever achieve. It is the key to unlocking the life you were meant to live. When you embrace your worth, you embrace your true power. And when you walk with the certainty of your value, nothing and no one can ever diminish you. You are worthy, and that is a truth that no circumstance, no person, and no failure can ever change. Stand in that truth, live in that truth, and watch as the world begins to align with the greatness you already carry within. Boundaries are not a weakness. They are a testament to your strength, your self-respect, and your commitment to your own well-being. In a world that constantly demands more from us, more time, more energy, more attention, it is easy to lose ourselves in the process of trying to please others or meet the expectations placed upon us. But the truth is, boundaries are not only necessary for survival, they are essential for thriving. You see, when you fail to establish boundaries, you send a message to the world that your needs, your desires, and your peace are secondary to everything else. You become the person who is always available, always giving, always sacrificing, until one day you look in the mirror and wonder where you've gone. But the moment you establish healthy boundaries, you send a powerful message. You are telling the world, I matter, my time matters, My energy matters. I deserve to be treated with respect. Boundaries are a reflection of self-love. When you set boundaries, you are saying to yourself, I am worthy of being treated with dignity. I am worthy of my own time. I am worthy of my own space. It is an act of self-respect that teaches others how to treat you. People will only respect your boundaries if you first respect them yourself. When you allow others to walk over your boundaries without consequence, you are teaching them that you don't value yourself enough to defend your own limits. But when you stand firm, when you assert yourself with clarity and confidence, you show the world that you are a person of value, deserving of respect. Setting boundaries also empowers you to protect your mental and emotional health. We are constantly bombarded with distractions, demands, and pressures from every direction. People want your time, your attention, your opinions, your help, and while it's important to be generous and compassionate, it is equally important to recognize when enough is enough. When you set boundaries, you give yourself permission to say no, without guilt, to take a step back when needed, and to preserve your peace. Your emotional well-being cannot be left in the hands of others. You must take responsibility for it. And boundaries are the tools that allow you to do so. But here's the thing, boundaries are not about building walls. They are not about pushing people away or shutting yourself off from the world. No, boundaries are about protecting the space where your true self resides. They are about creating a space where you can grow, heal, and be the best version of yourself. It's about being intentional with your time, your energy, and your heart. Boundaries are not an act of isolation, they are an act of empowerment. They allow you to engage with others in a way that honors your own needs while still being there for those who truly matter. And don't fool yourself into thinking that boundaries are always easy to set or maintain. The truth is, it can be difficult, especially when you are used to giving in, used to putting others first, or used to being the one who always says yes. But let me tell you something, being uncomfortable in the short term is a small price to pay for the peace and strength that comes from honoring your own boundaries. The discomfort you feel in setting boundaries is nothing compared to the damage you'll experience when you continue to neglect them. So understand, these boundaries are not about being selfish. They are about being wise. They are about preserving your energy and protecting your time for the things that matter most. You cannot pour from an empty cup. You cannot give your best when you are running on fumes. Setting boundaries ensures that you can show up fully, whether for yourself or for others, because you have taken the time to protect and nurture the most important resource you have, yourself. When you set boundaries, you invite clarity, respect, and purpose into your life. You create the space for the right people, the right opportunities, and the right energy to enter. You teach others how to treat you, and most importantly, you teach yourself how to protect what you've worked so hard to build. Boundaries are the foundation of a life well lived, and it is your responsibility to create them, uphold them, and honor them. The world will always ask more from you, but only you have the power to decide how much you are willing to give. So be intentional, be firm, be unapologetic, and remember that the strength to live the life you desire begins with the courage to set the boundaries that protect it. Remember that boundaries are not limitations, they are liberations. They allow you to honor yourself, protect your peace, and create the space to grow into the person you are meant to be. When you respect your own boundaries, you teach the world to respect you as well. Setting boundaries isn't an act of selfishness, it's an act of strength, self-love, and wisdom. By doing so, you take control of your life, your time, and your energy, and you ensure that you are always operating from a place of power, not depletion. So stand firm in your boundaries. Do not apologize for them. They are the guardrails that keep you on the path to becoming the best version of yourself. The world will continue to test you, But it is up to you to decide how much you're willing to give. Protect what's yours, your time, your energy, your peace. Because when you do, you not only honor yourself, but you also become the best possible version of who you were created to be.